Needless to say, week 1 of football season did not seem to disappoint, especially for the Georgia State Panthers. Georgia State made a statement on Rocky Top, scoring a pair of fourth-quarter touchdowns and outrushing Tennessee 213 yards to 94 to come away with a 38-30 victory. The Panthers started off strong defensively, forcing a fumble on Tennessee's second play from scrimmage, and were able to essentially seal the win with this Dan Ellington 22-yard touchdown with 4:45 left to play. Saturday's win against Tennessee was Georgia State's first against an Autonomous 5 and SEC opponent. Next up, Georgia State will be at home this weekend against Furman with a 6 p.m. Central kick on ESPN3. An in-state battle will be in Boone when Appalachian State hosts Charlotte at 2:30 Central on ESPN+. Saturday's game between the Mountaineers and 49ers is just the second ever meeting between the two, the first coming last year when quarterback Zach Thomas completed all 14 of his pass attempts for a career-high 295 yards. Over on the ACC network, ULM will be at Florida State. The Warhawks are coming off a win over Grambling where Josh Johnson showed out, rushing 10 times for 173 yards, including this touchdown from 51 yards out and another for 37. Now the Warhawks look to keep the momentum going as they flip the page to Florida State, a team that faltered over opening weekend against Boise State.
Really good players up front, good athletes. They can play man, they can pressure you. They want to run the football. That's what they want to do, and they have receivers that are split way out and all that, and they're up tempo and they're moving, but their first objective is to run the ball.
Coastal Carolina will take on its first ever Big 12 opponent when they face Kansas on Saturday night. Kansas opened the Les Miles era with a 24-17 win over Indiana State, led by wideout receiver Andrew Parchment collecting 121 receiving yards. On the ground and in the air, last time out against Eastern Michigan, the Chants were led by junior running back C.J. Marable, who tallied 18 carries for 49 yards and 7 receptions for 84. Texas State welcomes Wyoming on Saturday for its home opener on ESPN+. Both the Bobcats and Cowboys faced SEC opponents in Week 1, with Wyoming coming away with a 37-31 win over Missouri. Defense continues to be a strong suit for the Bobcats, and one new Bobcat to watch that has made an immediate impact is Cambrel Winters, a freshman cornerback that led the team with 8 tackles against Texas A&M. Closing out the Week 2 action will be Arkansas State. In last week's game against SMU, Red Wolf senior wide receiver Omar Bayless had himself a night with 4 receiving touchdowns, tying the school record. In his first career start at quarterback, Logan Bonner completed 32 of 50 passes for 324 yards, with 265 of those coming in the second half. This week, the Red Wolves face the UNLV Rebels, who they beat just a year ago in Jonesboro. The Rebels are coming off a win over Southern Utah, where they tied a school record with 7 rushing touchdowns.
When your quarterback can run, it adds a multitude of challenges to you defensively, and certainly he is extremely athletic. He's big. You watch us last year, we missed a lot of tackles against him, not because we didn't hit him, because he broke the tackle and we didn't do a great job of tackling. You can see he makes some miss a couple times, so he's got great speed, and he's certainly going to be a big-time challenge for us this week.
Arkansas State and UNLV can be seen on Facebook and Stadium with kickoff set for 9 p.m. Central Time. Also on the Week 2 schedule, Georgia Southern hosts Maine, South Alabama welcomes Jackson State, and Louisiana faces Liberty. For scores and more, be sure to follow along on Twitter and Instagram at Sunbelt, on Facebook at Sunbelt Conference, and on sunbeltsports.org.